Hey, it's Oscar from the Front Runner Colombo.
And Tom from the Front Runner Colombo.
And Kat from Back on Track Sports.
And you are listening to Run Spesh, our weekly running specialty podcast where we talk about running and increased heart rates. And I just want to say, I think you say Front Runner Colombo the best, Tom. Say it again for me.
Front Runner Colombo.
Yeah, it's his tone.
Smooth.
See, when I say it, it's like Front Runner Colombo.
I screwed it up one week. I definitely muddled the words up.
It's really hard to get out though, eh? But you try it,
Front
Kat.
Runner Colombo.
Yeah, Front Runner. There's
Front
too many
runner.
consonants.
Front Runner Colombo. Yeah.
And what do you call it? The gaps in the words. We talked about this already. English, not my forte.
No. Mathis.
Front runner Colombo.
Syllables.
Syllables. There's so many
Yeah.
syllables.
Yeah.
There's just too many. So we need to change our name.
Rebrand.
Extreme. Just extreme. I can't say it. I'm too illiterate. We have to change the business name.
Just shoes.
Just shoes. Running shoes. Hi, it's
Running
Oscar from
shoes.
Running Shoes.
Yeah. What could you rename us to what?
I don't know. Just running. Because
I was thinking something I'll just blurt it out mid-podcast.
okay. Well, you were just thinking of it at 3 a.m. and
Yeah.
forget about it at 7 a.m. I've had some wild dreams.
In
this
the
week.
REM sleep.
They must.
I was actually going to say about, dream. I had a really weird dream last
You
night.
taking your magnesium?
Nah. Is that what does it?
No. Well, it does
Oh.
help.
Mm.
But
But I woke up. I can't remember what it was about, but it was like a nightmare. And I was like, you can't go back to sleep because you'll go into the same nightmare. I was like, you got to wake up.
does that actually,
It was
does that actually
really-
happen? I don't think it does.
I don't know.
No, I can
I
go
was
back
like,
into
I
the
don't
same
want that
dream.
dream.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Depends how vivid the dream is.
Yeah, it was vivid.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back into that.
So can I talk about my dream?
Yeah,
or do you
go.
want to talk about your dream?
No, I can't remember mine.
So I remember my dream, and it was like I'm running away from something or someone. I don't know what it is, and I'm like constantly fence jumping, and there's like trees and shit in the way of all the fences, and I'm like scaring across roofs, and I'm just like, and it's like I'm constantly running, and I don't know what from or who from, and honestly, it felt like it was the whole night's worth of dreams. So some dream scientist is
scary.
going to be listening to this, being like, man, you need to see somebody.
Do you want to try steeplechase?
Yeah.
He's just that excited for cross country
Yeah,
already.
you just can't wait for
But
it.
it was just the weirdest thing, and I woke up several times and went back into the same dream.
Weird, eh?
Oh, that's weird.
So we're blaming pillar magnesium.
I remember the first time I took it, I definitely had some wild dreams on it. Like, just, it's kind of normal now, but initially, when you're not used to taking magnesium or something like that, your mind just runs wild.
I wonder if Katie slipped something into my drink.
Which could well have.
Yeah, little hallucinogenic.
Mixing it with magnesium, that would be a dangerous game. to
Mm.
play.
Yeah, can you get date rape drugged by your wife?
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Yeah,
Doesn't count. Yeah. No.
probably not.
Tommy's staying off topic. He's not even getting involved. He can't believe I said it on the podcast.
Too controversial
Yeah,
for
too
Tommy.
controversial.
There's too many topics that I don't have in that conversation to talk on.
Yeah. Okay.
Wife and sleeping with people, so it doesn't. It just doesn't. I don't fit in the category.
Oh, Tommy. Oh my god. So anyway, we are a running podcast, and we do talk about running, and Kat and I at the very least do some running. Tom's sort of trying. I got to say, Matt, I heard I was eavesdropping a conversation you had with some of the guys yesterday here in the shop, and you start to sound a little bit worried about your body.
Oh yeah.
You said it was getting better though, the Achilles.
No, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
it is.
It's the rest of the body now.
Nah, it's fine. I just want it to be like 90% for a long time, like a long period of time would be nice.
I don't think it's a crazy thing to ask for, mate.
No, but I don't think we ever hit 100% and can stay there for very long. So 90% is just like, I mean, I just don't want to go into events where I'm going in with something and being like, oh, I'm going to have to sort it out afterwards, you know? Just like, I'd rather go in being a little bit undercooked, but feeling fine and just be like, oh, okay.
Do you know what you need?
What?
An overpriced piece of plywood.
What am I gonna
My wobble board.
You still going with that?
Yeah.
Every morning.
Every morning?
Yeah.
Still.
3 times 20 seconds. I can do it with
I
my
have
eye-
been using the wobble board at home, but it's not the same.
I can do with my eyes closed now.
Yes,
Nice.
apparently that's the best way to do it. That's what Caden was talking to me about the other day. Because I told him I've been using the wobble board and like putting little blocks under the sides of it. He's like, can you do it with your eyes closed yet? And I was like, nope.
No. So not to put words in his mouth.
Yeah.
So I might be paraphrasing. So this could be a bunch of absolute bullshit. But I had quite a few concussions
Right.
playing football and
Right.
like sport and stuff. And so when we were first trying to rehab my first torn peroneal, a lot of it was and I always roll that left ankle. A lot of it was the neural pathway from the concussion is on that left side. And so you're trying to rehash out that sort of your brain talking to the lower limb. And a lot to do that is to try and take the eyesight away and do it without it. So I found it pretty interesting. I mean, I think it works.
I think I need to do that for my big toe.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how this, like the smallest parts of your body
Yeah. Need the most brain.
need the most? Can you wiggle your toes independently?
No.
Yeah, see, I've been working on that so hard. It makes me so tired.
Yeah. It actually
You have to
does.
focus really hard.
I remember when we did the
Even that far away
the,
from
like
me.
towel crunches.
The towel
That's hard.
That's actually frustrating, that one.
And at Kentucky, they had us do marble pickups.
Yeah.
You had to pick it up,
Those are
marbles,
hard
and put them in a
too.
cup.
So here's a controversial
Did
question.
my feet get cramped?
Uh-oh.
Here's a controversial question.
Tom doesn't do
Controversial.
controversial.
I think you like this one. Do we think that the state of our footwear that we're running in now is making our feet lazy?
Yeah, I actually do. Yeah. But it tends to go from like max cushion to back to barefoot running. We kind of go on this wave. So I feel like eventually we'll be back strengthening our feet.
Say
up
yes
again.
and no.
All right, Switzerland.
No, just the only reason I say yes and no is because there's so many different shoes that we wear during a week.
True. But I mean, if you've just got, if a person has, I'll rephrase the question.
Yeah.
If a person just has one pair of, I don't know,
Yeah.
I'll pick on Brooks because they're Adrenaline 24 sitting there. They've just got Ghost Max.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no, Glycerin Max.
Yeah.
Is that making their foot lazy?
Probably.
Well, brands are now making shoes to help you, right? To help make it feel smoother, like with the rockers and things in some shoes. It's just to make it easier.
It's bandages.
So maybe
bandages over
is
here.
that our poll question for this week?
Yeah. That actually would be a good one.
Are shoes making us lazy?
I do have a question for you. If you were to buy just one pair of shoes, for all of your workouts and long runs, is there one that you would pick? 'Cause I was thinking about this when I was doing my hill reps. I was like, because
Yes.
I did
Yeah.
my hill reps in the Rebel,
Yep.
and I was like, actually, this shoe is very good at a lot of things.
Yeah. So, well, if we pick on hill climbing first,
Yep.
I like shoes that bend
Yeah.
Yeah.
running uphill.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear a carbon on an uphill.
I don't think I'm powerful enough
Yeah.
or heavy enough consistently to run hard enough up a hill to get anything out of like carbon for a long time. Maybe like a minute's all right. But because you can kind of push the power and stay up like you're in spikes.
It's not designed for a gradient.
No.
They designed the plate shape for a flat surface, so
So it's 100%. Like
Yeah.
the lever's wrong.
just the wrong angle.
But if we didn't have carbon shoes and that was just a nice EVA Peber blend, you'd race in that.
Yeah.
This is,
Because
you
it's
would.
lighter than
Yeah.
like an 880 or a 1080 or
Yeah.
whatever. So if we didn't have like aliphatic TPU or full Peber and carbon plates and stuff, you'd pick that. That's a racing shoe.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a light, bendy,
yeah.
comfy.
I would pick the Endorphin Speed 4 from Saucony.
And you'd do like a long run in that
Yeah.
too? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was getting ready for Auckland and Gold Coast, I did everything in those Speed 4s, apart from my like really high intensity tempo long workouts where I put the elites on.
Yeah.
But that's because I can. But if I was only going to pick one shoe,
Yeah.
I'd pick a
Just pick
Speed
that.
4. And I think more people would probably run better marathons in the Speed 4 than the Pro 4. Controversial. And
I'd
here we-
probably pick
Probably
the same
more
shoe.
comfortable for
yeah.
a lot of people.
And here we thought we had nothing to talk about today. Our
There's
producers,
always something.
our producers moved to Melbourne, so we have no show notes yet,
Yeah, he's moving house.
which is cool. I think we can fly by. We can fly by. That's two good shoe questions. People
Yeah.
wanted more shoe questions.
Well,
they
there
wanted
you
more
go.
stuff. So, and it's good because then we can do like training with Kat, shoe training.
Yeah.
true.
Teach me.
What would you pick?
Probably that as well. I've only been running it for like 2 weeks, and I love it.
It's amazing, eh?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's because I don't have anything else to run, but
and it was free.
yeah.
Like most people aren't going to go out and buy 4 pairs of shoes like we do. Like their
No.
trainer, their racer, their tempo shoe,
Yeah.
spike. Yeah, I think just having options that can do a lot is good to know.
And I like the fact that it's not 40 mil.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like
Yeah.
the really super.
The shape isn't quite 100%, I don't think, though.
No, it's too pointy.
Yeah. But it looks like it's better in the next one. So,
Yes, this Speed
Fingers
5 is
yeah, that
On.
looks like it will be the shoe.
on one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. That was, I think, from what I read, Endorphin Speed 4 was like the most bought run specialty shoe
Yeah.
globally for 2024.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. Which is interesting because it's like, yes, it's paper, but it's bendy and it's nylon, it's not carbon.
Yeah.
Like it. And
Yep.
it's not Nike, which I secretly quite like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That it's not Nike.
Yeah.
I think that that category, it would have to be something in that, right?
Yeah.
To pick for everything. Just a trainer racer.
Yeah, but I think that the Speed 4 sits almost on its own
Yeah.
because it's not, the plate's not so rigid. Because if you think
Yeah.
other trainer racers, you go like Magic Speed from Essex, Deviate from Puma,
Yeah. There are ones we don't
the
have.
Hyperion Max
Yeah.
from Brooks. Like they're all still super, super stiff.
Yeah.
Like you really got to be rolling across the front
Yeah.
and moving it probably like, 70% of your max to feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it sits on its own. Let's hope they don't absolutely muck it up in 2026.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hopefully not. They haven't yet.
They haven't yet. So should we talk about some running?
Yeah. Go through our week.
Yeah. What's happened in your week?
Catherine just
Catherine?
been
Just tuning it out.
hammered with miles.
You look a little bit sleepy.
Listen, I've been having to get up at 7 o'clock to come running early with people.
Oh my God.
It's actually
For those people not watching on YouTube, I'm looking like a sad puppy. Here's
And
me.
cats.
Here's me thinking
Just
I'm helping.
I'm a
realised
lunchtime runner, by the way.
that she has to work full time in a few months and stuff.
I'm making the most
And
of
going
it.
to run at 5. Yeah.
No, so you were going to go do 10 by K.
Yeah, so yes, and I was really quite scared for that session. And it had been a while since I'd been really nervous for.
How good.
Yeah.
Do you get nervous for sessions?
No, I haven't been until
right.
I had to do this
Okay.
10 by 1K because I saw the paces and I was like, shit, I don't know if I'm going to make that.
Yeah. Fair.
Oh, God. So it was basically 10 reps and then it was split up into like sets of 3 really, with the last one being all out. So it started with 325s, then went down to 315s, then 310s, and then do it again. And actually, I really surprised myself. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I went down to the track and I just did it in my Elites. Just
The New Balance.
Yeah, the New Balance shoes because I am still scared of spikes, so I just did it with them. And yeah, it was off 90 seconds rest, so it's almost a time that you don't even think about the
Yeah.
whole session. You just break it down and you do rep by rep and
One at a time.
one at a time.
It's a long
Just get
time on
through
the
it.
track.
It's a long time on the track.
Like, how long were you there for?
Ages. yeah, it was a big session, and we were really lucky because that day was rubbish. It was pissing down before we went,
Yeah.
and then there's a little break right when we were at the track. There was no wind down there. I was like, perfect.
Hit the jackpot.
Yep, and then just as we were warming down, it started pissing down again. I was like, perfect. So, yeah, no, it was a good session.
So what did you run your last K rep in?
Okay, so 310 is my max.
Yeah, okay, sweet. But so can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Do you find, and I know we talked about this briefly when we were jogging yesterday, the strength you now have, this is 2 questions in one question, the strength you now have, do you feel like you can hang on to that threshold for longer?
Yeah, definitely.
So like a 310 isn't scary.
No.
You can't go much quicker. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like you get that burn like I used to get on the track workouts. It's like it's hard, but yeah, you can definitely manage it and do it for longer. But yeah, I was talking to you yesterday about this. This is the first time I've really felt the strength work has turned into speed. Because in my mind before that session, I was thinking, there's no way I'm going to hit a 310. I haven't had to run a 310 in freaking a year, so I don't know if I'm ever going to get close to that. But yeah, it was super easy.
And
Yeah.
did you find because you're so fit, just from aerobic running, that your heart rate came down really quick between reps?
Yeah.
Like you get to a minute
Recovery.
and you're like, oh, I'm actually not too bad.
Recovery was really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think like volume wise too, mentally that's a lot better for me. So just thinking of 10 1Ks to me, that's not actually a big session. When it is, but
Oh, it's juicy.
it is. Yeah. But yeah, I'm in this sort of mode now where I can just tick it off one at a time and it's not actually that big, which is really nice. There was a point where like, shit, even 6 by a K used to be a huge session for me. So yeah.
I mean, that's a great. Sorry, we just got a customer having a meltdown about where her shoes is. Sending that message to Anna out in the shop now so she can deal with it. The joys of being not owner operator. I think the coolest thing for you about that is he just shouldn't scare you anymore. Like you're so fit, and the heart rate coming down is the sign that you should be able to join those pieces together.
Yeah.
And I think it does. We were talking about opening up that 72, 73 minute half marathon. Like you just got to back yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so manageable. Like I feel like that.
If you can run 3:10s in a workout, you
Yeah.
can run 3:20 to 3:22s for
Yeah.
an hour.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
churn them through. I mean, it's going to be hard. Like it's not going to come easy, but
Yeah.
No, it was a good confidence booster for sure. I even got off the track. I was like, oh, should I do the 10K? I was like, no.
yeah,
No.
Stop.
I've made my plan and we're sticking to it.
Nice.
So yeah, that was my big session. Then on Tuesday, just gone, did a hill session up Rapaki. So just 10 by 2 minute reps up and back. I tend to just use the road part because I feel a lot smoother up there. So,
So you get full recovery too, which means you can hit the
Yeah.
reps with like
yeah,
velocity.
that's the first time I've done hills in a while though. So it was kind of hard, but we got through it.
It's gagging, eh?
Yeah. In between, we've just been doing
What
some
did we do?
dogs.
2 hour. You ran longer than me on Sunday and Thursday.
Yeah, I know.
You've been
I'm
big
a
dog. Oh,
I
Wednesday.
know.
You've been big dogging.
Yeah.
We ran.
2 hours on Sunday I did in the forest.
I did an hour 50. I couldn't actually be fucked with the 10 minutes more, to be honest.
It's hard when you get back to your car and you're like, oh, I've got
Nah.
extra.
I was like, what am I doing?
home.
I got nothing to prove.
Tim is not going to do anything
No.
anyway.
No, actually, Katie was having a bit of a hard morning, so I was like, I'll get straight home. I didn't stay for coffee.
Yeah.
But we're nice. We run the Bottle Lake, and then
Yep.
yesterday we went exploring the wetlands around Horsewell.
Yeah, that was cool. That was good, Luke.
It's nice around there.
Andy.
I love it
Andy
around
was
there.
our tour driver.
Yeah.
It's nice when you don't have to think about it. I was following you guys cruising along.
Especially when you're in marathon mode and you're just doing
wanna do the Ks.
so much running.
Yeah.
And have you got to the point where you're like, at this point, I just run 50 minutes on a 400 meter loop on the grass because I just don't give a
care.
fuck.
Just got to do it. And now it's,
It doesn't matter what does he. It's all the same.
yeah, I have my 6K loop, my 9K loop, my 10K loop, and I just autopilot do them. Yeah. I just have to just do it. It's a bit monotonous, but, just got to suck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens. So you run 150k.
Last week I did 150K.
That's.
That's max. Like, I don't know if I can do more than that. That's
I don't think
enough.
you should.
I don't think I need to.
What would Elliot say? He'd say no human is limited.
Keep going.
Keep going. No, I think you.
200.
Was that 12 hours? 11 hours.
Yeah, just under
11
12, I think.
hours.
So
that's pretty good, man. And that, I mean, we were talking about too. That doesn't include gym time and
Yep.
other
Yep.
getting myself out of bed in the morning. And
Doing
I want one of
my
those tables you can hang yourself upside down on.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Oh.
those.
And just
Stretch
strap
out.
my ankles to it and just lie and just get all my joints separated. I think
People use it a lot. It's quite popular.
what do you reckon Katie would say if I put one of those up in the lounge? You guys know Katie pretty well.
Probably laugh. Just
The last
Classic.
and you're not
Oscar.
growing anymore. Like something like that.
the last silly thing I did like that was put holes in the house for my altitude tent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have I told
Yeah.
the podcast this story?
Think so.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think we've briefly touched on
About
it.
I got an altitude tent. I was experimenting with it, and the generator's really
Yeah,
loud.
that's right.
And my mate, who's a builder, built a box for it outside, and we screwed it onto the outside of the wall,
Yeah.
and then cut holes in the house to plumb it in. And Katie came back, and she was like, "We have been together for about 15 years." And this is the dumbest shit you and Jimmy have ever done. That's pretty good. Does the altitude tent work? I think it may be an animal over a half marathon.
Yeah.
I don't know if it helps me have a marathon. I think it makes me too tired.
Yeah, I don't know if I could sleep in it, eh?
Yeah. I think the deep sleep when you're marathon training is more important than a couple more red blood cells.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the sleep any day.
People tend to run better off altitude and for the half anyway.
Yep.
Like even when you go to altitude.
Because more power, eh?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like economy, like movement economy.
Yeah. And the sleep, I think, as well is pretty important.
Yes. The most important.
Just becomes a drag otherwise.
Wouldn't know what sleep is this week. Thanks to my 5-month-old baby. Anyway, Tommy, how's your week of training been?
I mean, too bad. But before I get to that,
oh dear.
would you rather do your reps off a timed break to good question. To progress them? Would you rather go off a timed break and cut the time? Keep the time the same and cut the paces down? Or would you rather go off a heart rate based rest and keep the times the same? So keep your splits the same, but you can see your progression because your heart rate will come down faster and faster. So technically less rest between the reps.
So are you saying
make it harder,
so like for the 10 for the 1K, you'd make your time for each rep faster or
less rest
or
between
less
them,
rest.
but keep the paces the same.
So I don't really do much with heart rate, so I would take the time based one.
Yeah, I was just thinking in my head like what would be more beneficial. I guess it depends what paces you're running and at what zone that is at.
I think for me it's easier to think about hitting a pace and feeling successful with reaching that pace than to think about what my heart rate's hitting.
Yeah.
Science in both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like the heart rate because I keep my threshold pace the same. It doesn't change a whole lot. But then if you get more efficient at that pace, then technically if you have less rest between reps, you're getting fitter. And less rest between the reps should get you faster. Because if you keep it 90 seconds, you're still like, you might be recovered after like 45 seconds and then it's just dead time, you know?
But our
You're just
rest
filling
does
up with
change.
lactic.
Like our rest will go down to 60 or
Yeah.
or 30. I've had 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying with the heart rate. Like progressively, if you start at 90
See? Yep.
and then you do the workout in like 5 weeks' time, your rest should be shorter.
Yep.
The pace should stay the same. But if you're increasing the pace and dropping the rest,
Then that's
danger
hard.
zone, right?
Maybe just work on reducing rest.
I should probably just work on paying attention.
He's like, what are we talking about?
No, I mean in my workouts.
Oh.
I just run hard
Yeah.
or run medium or run easy.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with Andy and Chris as we were doing our workout this weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're like, what zone are you in? I was like, I don't fucking know.
The reason I asked it is I saw Jakob's post this morning with his core stuff, and he does it purely off his heart rate zone. So his pace can change like based on how fit he is, but as long as he keeps it in that heart rate zone, then it's still controlled.
Gotcha. I think it just gets too confusing.
Yeah.
And when you've been doing it long enough,
Yeah.
you know
You
what
know
a
where
2
your
minute, a
paces
3
are.
minute, a 5 minute, and a
Yeah.
7 minute rep should feel like.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just do the first couple a bit hard. Then you eat a big old pile of dog poop.
Yeah, and then you feel like shit.
So anyway, how's your week, Tommy?
It's been pretty solid. Ran 3 days in a row,
Yes.
Wow.
which is a win.
Look out, he's back. Tommy's coming out and running 13:50 in 4 weeks. He springs.
Yeah.
If you're stringing together 6 days, you're making the Olympic team.
Yeah, I know. So 3 days in a row of running, a rest day off today, and then I'll run Friday and Saturday. That'll be the week. So 5 days this week will be good.
Nice.
Hopefully get up to an hour.
You've been very sensible.
Yeah, if anything, I'm being super cautious with it. But that's kind of the mentality Palona and I have had going to the next race. I just want to get there feeling like normal. I'm not carrying a niggle in the Achilles. So yeah, like I said before, having to take time off afterwards. Just annoy me.
Well, it's shitty for your confidence too.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. And I know if I'm fit enough in the swim and the bike, then and my legs feel good and I'm not compensating somewhere, then I should be able to run reasonably well anyway. But the bike's been going really well this week. We had the craziest ride on Tuesday with all those cycling boys. It basically just turned into an all-out race about half an hour normally than it does. Earlier than it does normally. So, yeah, that was a mumble jumble. And, yeah, there was a few times on the bike where I was seeing stars. So,
Oh, fun.
yeah, it's great. I love it. They call it Tuesday Worlds for a reason because it's just a all-out rip to Sumner. Still have a few mechanical issues, which is annoying, but we'll get around that. Swimming's been good. Slowly learning how to swim again. It's getting better. Putting good force through the water, but I'm just learning how to put it in the right direction, which is the hard bit. Super technical stuff, which I think is quite fun just to learn.
It's kind of your personality.
Yeah. Like I can kind of pick up on things like Mike has these hand sensors and it tells you all the data, like where your stroke's going and where you're putting the water and how much
water you're drinking?
Oh, yeah, I swallow way too much of that
Swear
shit.
to God, I'm swallowing someone else's piss in the pool.
Disgusting.
Nasty.
Yeah, so that's been good. Like it, I've got good force through the water. I just need to put it in the right direction. Putting a little bit too much down into the water, so starting the stroke a little bit early. But yeah, makes sense when you can. It's fun when you can kind of compute it in your head and you know from the data what you're doing, or you can see what you're doing wrong, and then just going and doing it straight away. But the hardest bit is just learning how to do it and then remembering how to do it constantly.
And like the spatial awareness with no sight.
Yeah.
That you can't see what you're doing.
Yeah. It's all just like cognitive repetition.
So are you doing workouts while you're working on technique as well? Or are you just swimming and just...
No, not really.
Yeah.
I'll do the odd... at the moment, well, post-Footwear, I've kind of been doing 4 days a week, just drills and technique and stuff. And then I'll maybe finish with a few like easier hundreds or something. And then I'll do like one workout a week to see. But yeah, my like arms and everything's just so fatigued right now because I'm teaching all the like little muscles to do something else and everything just feels so weird. So that's been quite fun. But yeah, aside from that, same old balance board with Oska, trying to get our ankles and tendons nice and responsive and strong. So yeah, which is see, that just annoys me as well because it's like you want them to be springy for running. You don't really need much for cycling, and then you want them to be loose for swimming. So it's just like it's a hard one to balance. You need to have flexible ankles, but then stiff ankles at the same time.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Nah, it doesn't really.
I don't know what the answer is.
Just
there.
pick one sport.
Yeah.
Oh, you tried and broke.
Yeah, I tried and just
Dang.
decided not to like that. So
Ding, 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 ding.
yeah, but it's good. I think we've got like 5 weeks or 6 weeks to Wanaka.
Nice.
So yeah, just cruise on into that.
Have you picked your race day shoe yet?
Nope.
Too early.
Yeah.
We really need to get hold of some of those Deviate Elite 3s.
Yeah, I want to try that. Logan City's got those strikes coming.
Boom strike.
Yeah, so that'd be cool to
On
try
the
that.
boom strike.
I think that might be the way I'll go.
It's a shame that we're not all the same shoe size.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah, literally.
Like cycle for all the pairs.
Yeah. I'm not going to pick an aggressive one this time. I just need something that's got a little bit of cushion and balance. Because it's off like the run's basically off-road again, so it's not going to be fast.
Yeah, I gave those Cloud Boom strikes to Andy because they were like half too big for me.
Yeah.
He loves them at the marathon kind of pace.
I think they're really nice. They're just not super aggressive, but you can kind of put with the inner sole the way it's made at the front.
Yeah.
It feels really nice when you land in the front of it. And it feels pretty stable. I thought, I tried one on, it's way too small, but like...
No, I'd say it's similar to the Alpha Fly 1 feel.
Yeah, it felt really easy to run off the front of it, I would say. So that'll be interesting. But again, like I'm probably going to do 2 workouts maybe beforehand. So I'll just run in the 2 that I want to try out and just pick it from that.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Nice.
we'll figure that out.
And what are you? 12 weeks from London. 14.
14, I think. Yeah.
Nice. You haven't really started to. You're training to train.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm also trying to.
The half.
Yeah, I want to nail that half.
Which is 10 weeks.
Yeah. Yep. So
Yeah.
and like that's my one shot to get that time. So I kind of.
I love how you've done like 10 weeks of training already for a race that's 14 weeks away, and I've done 2 weeks of training for a race that's 5 weeks away.
I can't think too much about how far away it is.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, but
Yeah.
you'll have a couple of down weeks in between. Otherwise, you'll just be dead.
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't
Right.
told Craig yet, but I am going to Milford to walk the track. So
Well, what a
That's
great,
gonna be
what
a
a
down
great
week.
thing. What a great thing to break up
yep.
mentally as well, because
Yep.
otherwise you'll just.
Here's a question: how long for both of you? How many weeks do you reckon it takes you guys to be in pristine condition?
For
4?
well, like for what race? For,
Oh,
marathon or for?
We'll say for half marathon,
and we're coming in from
10K half marathon.
0, or
Yeah,
are we coming
from
in
0.
From fitness.
From a break, from like
From
a
a break.
2-week break. Yeah,
Oh, from a 2-week break.
yeah.
I want to say like at least 2 months.
Yeah,
So 8 weeks.
probably
Yeah.
honestly longer.
Yeah, because
'Cause-
you almost want to build the base back up a wee bit and then do your specific work.
Yeah,
Because when was Auckland? The November the what 4th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long?
So we've had 8 weeks. 9
Yep.
weeks. 9 weeks.
Yep. And
I
you're
only just starting to feel good.
Yep.
yeah.
So Chris and I I've done 2 workouts, and the one we did on Saturday was 4 by 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
We ran 6.5 minutes at marathon effort,
Yeah.
which is for on the heart rate was about 311s,
Yeah.
and then we basically it was like an instant change of pace to sprint mechanics, like a direct from 3rd gear to 7th.
Yeah.
And then how long can you hang on to those sprint mechanics before you fall apart?
Right.
And try and get to 7.5 minutes. So we were covering like nearly 460 seconds. I think
Yeah.
like it was roughly 62 seconds for the last 400 of pretty
Yeah.
much all the reps. And I finally felt like me. You know, when you
Yeah.
like your hips are open, you've got
Yeah.
arm
Yeah.
drive,
Yeah.
your chest is forward, you're leaning on the right, your body leans right.
Yeah.
You know, you're not feeling like I'm lugging around 69 kilos anymore. I'm back to 65, 64. Like
Yeah.
I just feel fluid and
It's almost like you lose the rhythm a wee bit
yeah.
and then one day it just clicks back in. You're like, oh, okay.
So there's a next question.
yeah.
How much more do you push it after you feel good?
I don't. I stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
So
know
that's what gets most people, I
Yeah.
reckon.
Do
They
you know
start
what
to
you
feel
call
good
that?
and they up it again.
you go?
Yeah.
That's called the Superman. The Superman effect. When you start feeling like Superman, you fucking stop.
Stop. Yeah.
Like you can it. That's what.
Yeah.
So, but it's good timing because we're going to race the 3K this weekend,
Yeah.
and then 10K is the week after.
Yeah.
So it's like they're the 2 at the moment, and then I'll
Yeah.
kick into so. And then Tuesday we did a fun little workout. We did like a 2K tempo,
Yeah.
and then 4 sets of 300, 500, 200. So it's like K. It's like a K for each sort of set.
Yeah.
4 of those, 300, 500, 200. And we're running the 300s in 51, the 500s in about 124, and then the 200s in about 33. So it's just a little tune up for 3K.
Yeah.
And we were taking 45 seconds
Yeah.
rest. So it wasn't like no rest,
Yeah.
but it was a little bit. But you get so fit.
Yeah.
You're right. Like by 30 seconds, I'm like, oh, I could go again.
Covered.
I could go again. It's
Yeah.
fine. Because the reps, like the longest reps, a minute 24. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you're doing that for 2 minutes 50 or trying to run a 245K rep and then like killing yourself. So, and then ran with Cat and stuff on Wednesday and little cap loop with Goody this morning. Little taper 3K little went on. Yeah, trying to just freshen up a little bit. And I reckon I'm going to say this because it's going to come out after the race. I'm not ruling out 3K PB.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good.
Cool.
If you get nice weather down there, the track's fast.
Yeah.
And I was
Like,
talking
it
to
is really
T,
fast.
and Chris is always really competitive.
Yeah.
I think Andy's in amazing shape,
Yeah.
and so if Tonga is keen to drive the bus for the first 3 laps,
Yeah.
he's running the mile first.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to run the mile
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
And so obviously if he was fresh, he's probably capable of running sub 8 or pretty close to it. But if he's willing to kind of drive the bus at some 65 highs, then that's for the 400 lap. Like, I'll get stuck into that. I'll commit to it.
Yeah.
I'll go all in for 2K, and if you blow apart, who gives a shit? But I'd love to see, 5:25 through 2K?
Yeah.
5:30?
You have to go early in the 3K because you don't have too much time to crawl it back.
And I think even less for guys like Andy and I, where we don't have a 54-second last lap.
Yeah.
We probably have a 63-second last lap. So you have to basically be on the rivet from 1200.
Yeah. And just hold on.
It's amazing what you can do in the last 600. You can
get going.
You get a second wind, eh?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. It's
600
weird.
to go. Yep.
The 3K is weird.
Yep.
And I wonder it's because everyone, it's obviously aerobic, but then you get to that 600 and you just trust your power gear.
Yeah.
You're like, can I just power my way through this last sort of minute and a bit? Because I think once you get the bell too, you get a little lift.
Yep.
Okay, come on, old fella.
Yeah.
Get up.
Get around.
One lap.
One lap to go.
Yeah.
So you were off to Lovelock, which is the first Classics meet,
Yep.
which is in Timaru, South Island of New Zealand, for our overseas listener.
Yeah.
About 2.5 hours south of Christchurch. We've got a couple of full cars going down.
Way better time to have it this year.
Yeah.
They always did
It's
it
a
the
bit later,
first
eh?
week
Yeah.
of
So
January. So it's 2 weeks after. Second week of January now.
Yep.
And everyone would come off New Year's and be absolutely
Yeah.
smoked. And there'd be no one racing. Mile was always won 4:18 or something.
Are any of the Whippets boys and girls going to the mile?
Davis. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He wants,
Oh, I
he
look forward
wants
to
to try
seeing
back 4. So he's got pacer through 8.
So
Hopefully through 12.
150, 159, 158?
I think he wants to go too flat and just try even run it.
Okay.
Because he's stronger than faster right now. So, I mean, if he gets good weather and Angus can get him through too flat or even 159, could be on. He ran 750 something the other day. So, you know,
he's got it.
he's in
it's
good
there.
shape. Yeah.
It's there.
It's just the mile's such to break for in New Zealand, especially. I'll phrase that in there because it is so hard to get the right weather, the temperature, timing, and all that.
And just getting a field together as well.
Yeah,
Is
the
a big
field
part of it.
and the pacing and everything.
Everyone at fitness at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah. In college, they do it. 500 people do it at Boston every year, so it's just ridiculous. Oh, sorry, not 550.
Yeah.
50 people get it at Boston every year in the indoor track. Don't have to worry about conditions. It's always fast. We've always got paces. So
Yeah, it's all set
it's a
up
lot.
for it.
I'm not saying it's easier, but
Kind
it's,
of is.
yeah, kind of it. It's put it this way, it's very impressive when someone does it in New Zealand.
I reckon he can.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely can. He's got he's more than capable.
He just has to, yeah, I guess you got to put yourself in a situation where you give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
And then have a go.
Yeah.
And don't worry about it if you don't.
Yeah.
Because it could be 3:59 or it could be 4:15. You want to run 4:06 or something.
I think the hardest bit is, especially with a Lovelock, when not everyone's in the race, say a Cooks or something, is the last lap.
Yeah.
When you're by yourself, you hear the bell and you have to just empty it by yourself, and there's no one else. Or there might be people around him, but if he's running 4 flat pace, then probably won't be.
Yeah.
I don't know who else is in the race actually, but
So we're gonna have to get out on the track.
Yeah,
and, just
and really
scream at them.
just get him amped up for the last lap because it does. It's weird when you run in a stadium and there's no one watching and you're just
Well, so I don't know. Did I talk about that? About where we did the Christmas cracker thing and there's no music?
Yeah.
Wow, it's just
dead, eh?
It sucks.
Yeah.
People wonder why the sport's dead and no one wants to do it. Why?
Yeah.
It's not exciting.
Yeah.
So you got to create an atmosphere,
There's some fireworks.
and that comes with competition and the place and stuff.
So
I've told every single person that I've run with this week that Hagley Parks is National Cross, and they're like, "You're kidding, right?" I was like, "No, it's going to be epic," and they're like, "Actually, I can see it now."
so I've got the.
excited for it.
Can I talk about it? Ah, fuck it, why not? Jason might get mad at me. I don't know if he listens. So we got the course pretty much confirmed.
Yeah,
It's so good.
yeah, it's going to be fun.
So me, Victor, Gamblin, and John Ingalls, and 4 of us. Yeah, and Donnie, Donnie Gregg, went and walked.
Yeah,
So we met Mr. Galloway, Hamish, who's head
Yeah.
of the golf club there. We're going to walk the potential course.
Yeah.
We're not going to have to cross any paths.
Oh man.
There's going to be no concrete.
Yeah.
The golf club has been amazing.
Yeah.
So we're going to have full use of the golf club.
Yeah.
Of those 3 back holes.
Yeah.
We're going to go through over hills, through bunkers. It's honestly
Through bunkers.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Oh, that's sick.
in and out of bunkers, and there's like little tight turns, and there's heaps of undulations and like little
Yeah.
rutty bits, like trees, weaving. Like, I think for us as athletes, as like local athletes, our responsibility is to get a crowd down
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
and to show them that if they put it in areas where people can get to, like
People will
They'll
watch.
come.
people will
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to work on that. But
That's exciting.
honestly, the course is if it's a shitty
Crushes.
Christchurch August
Freezing
southwester
cold, wet.
freezing cold wet day,
Perfect.
that
Crossy.
thing is going to be a sludge fest. Like
Awesome.
it's
Yeah.
everyone's like Hagley Park. It's going to be like the Hagley relays.
Yeah. No.
Flat and fast. Like, nah, mate,
Nah, it's not smooth.
it's not smooth at all.
Running through those between the holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
there's
so
no
uneven.
flat grass.
Yeah.
It's always like this.
It's just rhythm breaker, right?
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
run
That's what you
fast
need.
through it. And if it's wet and muddy as well, it's going to slow everyone down.
So I'm excited, and so for all our listeners,
Yeah.
who haven't experienced cross country before, whether you can join a Harriers club and have a go, because
Yeah.
everyone should have a go. It's fucking fun.
Yeah.
But we'll try and get everyone down to watch as we get closer to the time. So that was my week. I ran 143k, 2 gym sessions, and yeah, so I was pretty happy with it, actually.
Good week.
I didn't get a swim in, but I just actually couldn't be bothered. So there you go. Sometimes Oscar can't be bothered. I'm not a robot. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to find the poll from last week.
I don't remember what it was.
Well, we did should soft drink
Yeah, the can.
That's right.
be drank, not drunken,
Drank.
drank. English lessons by Tom. Out of a can or out of a plastic bottle. It was pretty much a landslide.
Yeah. I knew it would be.
96 out of 130 votes was a can.
Yeah.
23 votes was a plastic bottle.
Makes sense.
Now let's do it with glass bottles.
Ooh, no, that changes the
A glass
dynamic
bottle. We
again.
can run it back. We can run it back full show.
Nah, I'd still take the can, to be honest.
I would choose glass bottle. I would change my decision.
You would, yeah, okay.
Would you like to lock that in? No.
Lock it in, Eddie.
Lock it in, Eddie. What happened to that show? Is it still going?
Probably.
You are
What, the one with the
You are
cases?
the weakest link. Goodbye.
Oh.
Oh, no, that's long gone. Nah, it's a different show, and I can't remember what it was.
Look at it.
Yeah, no, it's like a game show where you had multi-choice ABCD,
Yeah.
and one person, and so you answer the questions,
Yeah.
and then you went up levels, and it started off at like $20. You could get $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to be a
Who
millionaire?
wants to be
Yeah.
$1 million?
Yeah.
And you had like 50-50, phone a friend,
Yeah, that's
ask
Who
the
Wants to Be a
audience.
Millionaire.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's still going.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yep.
it is. Yeah.
But they do it differently now. They've got they've changed all the rules and
Yeah.
stuff, and there's like a bunch of people that play. Yeah, it's weird.
I
Not
think
the same.
most game shows are pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the weakest link was a goodie though.
I haven't seen
That
it.
lady was a real bitch.
Yeah. The other was that the chaser one? No, what's the one that has the chaser?
Yeah, the
Is it
chase.
The
Chase.
chase? Yeah. That was good.
That
Yeah.
still goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still going. That's
I
good.
like the big rotund guy who
Yeah.
just sits at the thing and just knows everything. He's got a voice like God, just booming.
He is.
Just does nothing but read
Yeah, he knows everything.
Botanica.
I'd be terrible at those shows though. My general knowledge is not great. Pub quizzes,
Yeah.
not my forte.
I can't be bothered sitting still long enough to do it.
To learn it. Yeah.
Like, what's
Fair
the
enough.
point?
Yeah.
Like, why do I need to know what year zebras decided to migrate out of Africa into
Yeah.
Zimbabwe?
But what if there was a quiz specific to running shoes?
Oh, we'd
yeah,
take all
we'd
the
nail it.
money.
Do you know, I think we'd suck.
Probably. We'd get there and we'd be like,
I think
Don't
that's
know
I
anything.
think it's right.
But yeah, the thing I found the hardest about that was when I went back and studied,
yeah.
is I over answered the questions.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I know too much.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
you know more than the question wants you to know.
Yeah.
Was it it's not psychoanalyze, but
Yeah,
break it down too much.
Yeah.
Because
I was doing my coaching diploma thing.
Yeah.
And I was like,
hyperanalyze.
yeah, I was like
Yeah.
hyperanalyzing the questions, and I was like, well, how do you want me to actually? The question is
So
simple. It was so simple and so broad.
So many answers.
And I'm like, well, I could, and then she's like, answer this in 300 words, and you're like, I'm like, I could write a thesis on this one question.
See, that's how. Do you remember the SATs?
Mm-hmm.
Multi-choice. Do you reckon you'd be better at multi-choice or not?
They make them
Because
tricky
they
though.
were
They always
so
make one
close
that's
together.
out of field. It's not that one, but there's always two that are really similar.
Yeah, my problem
That
is I
could
can't
both be
spell
right.
anything.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
trick you because they could both be right, but it's like the one to closest being right is normally the right one. And you're sitting there like, this is such a simple question, but that could be right and that could be right. Just depends how you look at it. And that's why it was hard.
All through uni though, we had multi-choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kept it all the way through.
So is that our poll question? Would you prefer
multi-choice or straight answer?
or written answer? I mean, I'd take multi-choice because I can't be bothered writing.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. Yeah, you can get through it real quick.
But then again,
Just
like
guess.
the written answer, like you either know it or you don't.
But can you bullshit it?
Yes,
Probably.
but that was by the time you get to year 13 or like tertiary, they didn't care if it was wrong or right.
Yeah, that's true.
They wanted you to explain why you think
See
you're
your
right.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But multi-choice, you can fluke.
Some of my
Fluke it
like
sometimes.
answers were like,
It's probably B.
yeah.
Oh, was it? It was always, if in doubt, go see.
See, I've never heard that.
I don't know. No, that's
That's how we got through uni.
Is that why it took you 6 years?
See.
Till we, well, actually, I did New Zealand uni quicker than normal. But
Yes.
because I lost so many credits coming back.
I think that's bullshit, man. You got
2 years over there. And then they gave me
You couldn't cross-credit it.
six papers out of 24 papers.
You got stitched.
Stitched up big time. But, you know, we're living, so it's all good.
So,
Do
Sure.
the shoe.
shoes.
Brooks, finally starting to come to the party with some
Brooks
nice stone.
Brooks are turning up.
There's a guide rail on the other side.
Yeah, got both sides. It always has been.
Ooh,
Yeah.
has it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was only on
But
the
this
inside.
is like,
It's for cradling you.
Oh.
Like Mama
Nice.
used to hold you.
this isn't really a guide rail though, right? Because it's not a cutout one that they have. It's
I mean,
just
it's a
flaring.
sidewall.
Yeah, it's a sidewall.
It's a lateral sidewall.
Yeah.
Lateral being the outside of the shoe.
But yeah, we have the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 24.
Yep. Go to stability 20 or go to support.
Yeah.
Go to stability, go to support. Using the new DNA loft.
Mm.
So nitrogen infused ethanol vinyl acetate, EVA.
Made it a lot nicer.
Yes, and I think we are going to see, before we talk about the shoe, I think we're going to see a drastic evolution
Yep.
of traditional stability shoes through to the end of 2026,
Mm.
which has somewhat started with this, but will be enhanced again by a Rahi 8 from Hoka.
Yep.
I think if I was a traditional brand, I'd be worried about that shoe turning up. But yeah, obviously we saw some advancement with Tempest
Yeah.
from Saucony and Tempest 2. And then, yeah, I think Brooks have done a nice job at trying to balance firmness with comfort, with stability,
Yeah.
and maintaining forefoot flexibility.
Yeah.
Because I think that's important for a shoe. So run us through some stats and I'll figure out what else I'm going to say.
Yeah, so it's obviously a daily trainer road shoe. 12 mil drop. So still one of the higher drops on the market at the moment.
Yep.
They've
Say
kind of
12.
kept the same.
Holy moly.
But it doesn't feel that bad because it's not 40 mil in the back.
Yeah.
You don't notice it as much. 283 grams.
Heavier side.
Yeah.
Men's
so
size
it's-
9.
Yeah. It is a little bit heavier than normal. Yeah, and then new DNA Loft V3 and a slightly different upper. But it just feels a lot more comfortable. Like the previous models, because the foam was so firm, I feel like you noticed the guide rail a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this kind of blends itself closer to the Tempest. You feel supported, but you don't feel the support as much, if that makes sense.
Holistic. is what
Yeah.
We were picking on that word yesterday.
Yeah, we were.
That's not a great word, but
No.
I get it. I think it's been bastardized by radical medical
Holistic guide
terms.
rails is what they say in Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brooks road shoes always have really good grip, by the way.
Yes, I agree. So I was going to touch on that.
Yeah.
So I was going to say there's a few changes to the tooling or the structures. So the guide rail medial side, so the inside guide rail is longer.
Yeah.
So it comes further down towards the metatarsal. The upper reinforcement on the medial side is an overstitch.
Yeah.
So you get two different types of material
Yeah.
hugging on. So you should feel like this sort of shape here should feel like it sits and moves well with your arch as you kind of evert down onto the midsole. If that's kind of what you're doing. The midfoot space is slightly broader, but for those watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see on the medial side here of the underside, they've kind of got this rubber piece, which is sort of X parallel against the guide rail. And so that's going to give it, again, some torsional medial stability on ground contact. So you're not going to be able to shift that medial side quite so much when you do apply pressure down onto it. It's going to act like an anti-elastic kind of stretch. And then, that lateral, let's call it sidewall.
Yeah.
And that's trying to get you square through your gait. And then, Brooks have always done really nice fitting uppers. I think we've talked about that before. Like Brooks probably make the nicest shaped shoes for the most amount of people.
Yeah. I can't get around the lower heel counters.
Oh, yeah, because of your Achilles.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Like, to me, it's funny how a lot of brands do it. They pump so much foam in the back. But it's like I haven't seen anyone's calcaneal bone protrude that much to make it like an oval.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It should just be straight up and down because then there's like zero chance of it rubbing on your Achilles.
Yeah.
And
So interesting is that straight, but Tommy's talking about is the foam that's in there.
Just cups so low.
You have to get it, your heel right in the back of that, and it's quite hard because it's quite firm in the beginning, eh?
Yeah. I think it will, obviously, over time, it will be way softer, but initially it was really noticeable.
Yep.
Like it just felt like it was digging in to the attachment, like Achilles attachment.
Yep.
And I know I'm like stupid sensitive feet, but I think
It's
I
so
set it in
sensitive, Tommy.
set it in the right up as personal preference. Some people like that feeling, like it just hugging or grabbing the back of your heel.
Yep.
But for me, I like to not really feel much on the back, like just feel like it's a little bit.
No, I'm not a
supported.
huge fan of like.
And I feel like they're getting lower and lower. Or is that just me?
I think it's for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my finger still in.
Yeah.
I think it's
Maybe the side
30,
like
36, 40 maybe. So the lateral side of an upper should always be shorter than the medial because obviously you're going to go sort of that way and the way an ankle bone shape. So, you kind of want maybe 40 and 45, like whatever. I mean, my finger still sits there, but I think what it is the shape of the cushioning in the heel. Like there's so much of that, and if you don't sit down in it, you're going to sit on top, and then you're not going to get no lockdown and like just rub to hell. Yeah. So you probably need to use that last lace hole. I think it's a good advancement in terms of that stability everyday trainer. I think this category is still important. I feel like the people who need to wear it still need to be looked after. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing how brands take the foams we have and try and make better products for this category. But I think this is chalk and cheese from 23 to 24. Oh, it's not even in the same conversation.
It's a great improvement.
I think on the second episode of this podcast, I completely obliterated the 23.
Might have,
I think I did. So you'll be happy to know, Jamie, because I know you listen, mate. It's a good effort.
Yeah. It's a smart shoe.
It is. And I like the forefoot flick. I think the key for me is, yes, all the fun stuff in the rear foot's good.
Yeah.
I like having an Adrenaline and a Ghost bend in the front.
Yeah.
Because we need that. We need to maintain footwear that bends in the front.
Yeah.
Retail to 300?
Sorry, 2 seconds. 300.
300.
Yeah.
And it comes in two widths.
Yeah.
For both men and women, and a triple black option as a work shoe.
Yeah.
If we need it.
Yeah.
So that's the Brooks Adrenaline GTS
24.
I had another topic, but we're kind of out of time for today, so I'll save it for next week. I wanted to talk about shoe reviews and not like the ones we write, but when people leave shoe reviews, if they haven't been helped into the shoe, like,
yeah.
and so I guess I'm trying to figure out where we fit in.
Yeah, okay.
So people that have bought shoes that,
Leave shit reviews on shoes.
but they haven't been fitted into them.
Correct.
And they've just bought the wrong shoe for them.
Yeah,
And they
and-
say this is a crappy shoe.
Yeah, and what the percentage of that is, and then the shoes get a bad rap.
Yeah.
Because I had a lady come in today who, who read some reviews about a particular shoe, and
Puts them off.
it kind of puts them off.
Yeah.
But, reading the reviews, the people who didn't buy them for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And so the brief and the reason didn't meet up. So
It's crazy too because people go a lot off reviews these days.
Yeah.
For a lot of things. So
yeah, I found it more and more difficult to be heard, which is why Tom and I and Anna's actually going to start writing some reviews as well. It's why I've decided we need to have a voice in there, because like our voice in those reviews isn't necessarily completely personal. We try and keep it as like, these are the facts, this is who we think it would be for, and here's my opinion, and here's why I think it didn't work for me, so that if someone feels like they've got a similar foot type, strike pattern, body type, then you can associate that with it. But first and foremost, it should be, hey, here's the brief, here's the facts, here's how the materials respond, here's the person we think will like it, here's why I did or didn't. But yeah, so maybe have a think about that over the next week.
Yeah.
Because I think that'd be really interesting to hash out.
It definitely plays a factor, I think.
Yeah, I just don't know how to get around it. Because some of the reviews are great, like some of the big guys write some great stuff. And then sometimes you read on a website, and like the plonker who tried to run a 5K road race in a pair of Puma spikes.
Yeah. On the road.
On the road, yeah. Or did you miss that episode?
must have.
Oh,
Yeah.
you must. Yeah, I think you're away actually. There's
That's
a Puma review who gave it a 1 star because it didn't feel comfortable in my 5K road race. You're like, brother, it's a sprint
track
spike.
Like a
Well, that's just
genuine
stupid.
sprint spike. It wasn't even a distance running spike. It was a
Dude.
sprint spike.
It
Come
was,
on now.
yeah, I know, it was pretty crazy. So, no. So I'm racing this weekend.
Tommy's not racing.
Tommy's
this
not
weekend.
racing this weekend. What's Kat doing
Training
this
this
weekend?
weekend. Me and Tommy might do an hour run on Saturday.
Yeah.
You working out tomorrow?
Yes, Friday morning.
What you got?
Yep. I have 4K tempo, then 4x1K. So for me, that's a nice session.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
It's beautiful. Go
Yeah.
around the Hag.
You're going to try and make those 1Ks more like 310s?
No.
No.
No, still recovering from that.
What are you going to do this weekend, Tommy?
Weekend normal. Well, normally long run Sunday, but since I can't long run at the moment, just long riding, and then all three on Saturday. No,
All three.
all three tomorrow.
Friday.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
It'll be a long day.
Before we sign off and Kat has to go to work in 4 minutes and 45 seconds, she's starting to sweat a little bit. Run Club's back.
Yes.
2 weeks
2
from
weeks
when
away.
this goes. Yep.
Oh, yep.
Yep, from when this goes.
Nice.
We have our Frontrunner Colombo runclub.co.nz.
Got the website now.
The website's up.
Perfect.
On the website, I have a calendar. You click on the calendar, and it has all the dates and times.
You've
There we go.
outdone yourself.
Yeah, so you can
Oscar.
click in and it says 6 p.m. shop, 6 p.m. Hagley Park, 6 p.m. Hanson's Park.
Beautiful.
I have put in 4 Sunday runs.
Oh, cool.
So our first Sunday run will be in Sumner on the 9th of Feb or the 8th of Feb, whatever that Sunday is.
Yep.
Again, it's in the calendar. So you boom, click on that. You can basically put it straight into your Google Calendar. And we'll have some more information in the closed Facebook group. So if you search Team CP and Frontrunner Run Club, then you can join us for that. And we've got 4 Sunday runs this week and 11 weeks of Run Club, including, which is one of Tom's job in the next 2 weeks, is to figure out what we're going to do for the official Christchurch Marathon Shakeout.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, and the City to Surf after. So that's another job for Tom. We're going to have a tent at the finish of City to Surf, where Precio and Frontrunner will be there. We're going to have scones and muffins and prime and coconut water and bean bags.
Time. Yes.
And
It's not a
Precio
hydration
stuff.
drink.
Yeah, and well, because Armando's involved with
Nice.
his wife's dad owns that company. And So everyone who's run that race as part of Run Club, part of our front runner family, can come down and hang out.
Nice.
So we're going to organise that in the next few days.
Cool.
So that's all. That's the only news and admin I've got. Updates of the week with Oska.
Really?
No, I thought I was pretty good the whole episode till just then.
Oh, that's going to sound great, I think. Make sure you wait till the end.
I'm surprised no one's made memes of us yet.
They probably have.
Please do.
They probably have.
They probably have. Just haven't sent them to us.
I made memes of us.
Yeah, exactly.
go.
There you go. Someone
Done.
has.
Nice one. Okay, guys, anything else?
Nah. Work time.
Thanks for listening. Leave us a review. Let us know how we're getting on. I'm trying to get better. Take feedback. Do all the cool stuff. Other than that, eat your peas and carrots.
Eat your veggies.
Eat your veggies.